5 Questions with LeRoy Butler. Now, here's Tom Silverstein.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to 5 Questions with LeRoy Butler. We're back live after a turkey week. Green Bay Packers go to Detroit and win, and their reward is to come back and face the Chicago Bears. First place Chicago Bears, who knocked off Philly. This is turning into a pretty big game.
Yeah, to me, this game is personal. Ask me why.
Why?
Because sometimes I have a pettiness in me, but when Ben Johnson got to that podium and told people it's 3 great coaches in this division, 3 teams going to the playoffs, he named 2 and the other one he saved for last, and he said with a smirk on his face, I love beating Matt LaFleur twice. Now I know you're supposed to be professional, I get that. But if I'm one of those players in that locker room, I'm taking this game personal because they don't respect us. And the last time we played them in Lambeau Field, they won the game. And the NFL got it right, though. They got these division games at the end of the year. You're going to play these guys 2 times inside of, a couple weeks. But this game should be personal. Because sometimes Mike Holmgren used to say, don't take games personal, because sometimes you lose your focus of what you want to do. But I also talked to Lee Rimmel, and I said, can't 2 things be true? He said, of course. It's a team that you want to beat, and it's a team that you don't think respects you. So I think you got Detroit's respect. You swept them for the first time since 2020. So, but the Bears are a team that I have to give them a lot of credit, how they formulated their team. But I just hope that when we win, Matt LaFleur don't take his shirt off.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to do that. He might comb his hair a little bit more, but take care of that. But I don't think he'll take his shirt off. Yeah. Before we move on to the Chicago matchup, we have to go back to the Detroit game.
Yes, please.
Which, it sort of stands, it has the potential to stand as one of those turnaround games for the Packers, who have not been playing very well offensively. Played really well, took Detroit's strength away from them, which is running the ball. Took Jahmyr Gibbs pretty much out of the game. Is that are we going to find out whether that's a one-time occurrence, or do you think they caught something in a bottle here?
I think most coaches will say each game is different, and I'll give them space to say that. But when you're talking about division opponents who kind of know you and you kind of know them, what Jordan Love did was masterful. Because if you think about on Thanksgiving, he always plays really well. And LaFleur will be entering December, when he's been one of the best coaches the last 7 years in December. And I get, this is probably what he's saying, Tom, about not having a go-to guy when Wicks has emerged to have one of his best games.
Yeah.
I'm with that, but Watson still had 10 targets that led the team. And the deep pass to Watson, we've been saying on this show forever, if he starts to hit those, you're going to be able to run the ball now, and they're going to bring those safeties up.
Yeah, and, well, if you can continue, they got one thing that worked for them is Detroit played a lot of man-to-man coverage. And I think the Packers have some guys who can beat man-to-man coverage. So, to your point, if Chicago comes out and they decide they're going to just play cover 2 and not let anybody, then you gotta punish them and run the ball, right?
Absolutely.
And that's what we'll see if that happens on Tuesday. But what I do want to say is if Dontayvion Wicks' game is a trend and not a one-time occurrence, it really does change things for them, because now you've got Watson, Wicks, Dobbs has his role. you're going to get Jayden Reed back, and you're going to get Matthew Golden back. Now, it may be too many chefs in the kitchen.
But as long as the food tastes good, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, it allows you to match people against different strengths of the other team.
And let's not forget about Big Belton in that right guard. That's a statement.
He's made a difference.
It made them bigger. And who cares if people know you're going to run the ball in certain formations? You still got to block them up. And I'm sure Jordan Morgan is still in their plans, but maybe he's a left tackle, not a guard. Yeah. So they found that out, because if you can't protect Jordan Love, it's going to be some issues. But back to the receivers for a minute, I'll even throw Musgrave in there. Once you get all the guys back, you still got to have a plan for these guys.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do that, then you can go back to being one of the youngest receiving corps, but very athletic and can create space for the other guy.
Mm-hmm.
And they're very unselfish, but Christian Watson, to me, man, when he caught that deep pass, that put the NFL on notice. Yeah. Oh, that's the deep threat. Okay, I get it now.
He's kind of, you're right, he's putting people on notice, because I think not only the deep stuff, but now he's catching stuff over the middle. Yep. And he's showing that he has hands. He can make a clutch catch. He did drop the one on third down before Wicks made his great catch. Mm-hmm. But he is showing that, you can throw it out to him, you can throw the ball on a stop route to him. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have to be a deep ball, but you better play him for the deep ball, because he's going to run by you unless you've got an all-pro corner over on that side.
Well, Jalen Johnson is coming back.
Yep.
So I'm sure they'll let him follow. But that opens it up for the other guys.
Yeah.
That opens it up for the other guys. I want to see, because when Jayden Reed's in there, that offense got some terrific movement. They're moving guys, they're shifting guys, and it's confusing. And next thing you know, Josh Jacobs is gone. They're going to have to go back to get into some of the original stuff. Some of the plays they probably hadn't ran since training camp.
Yeah, right.
You got to dust them off.
Yeah.
And I think that'll be good for them.
Yeah, I think we'll see a lot of motion once Jayden Reed comes back, because he was their motion guy. I do want to address, so you mentioned Belton. On the other side, the Packers suffered, to me, a major loss with Devontae Wyatt. He was really, I think he was healthy again. He had hurt his knee. He started out really well, got injured. I think he was back. He had a really good game against the Lions. And then, late in the game, on the play that Micah Parsons gets the game-saving sack, he's gets his ankle rolled on, he's out for the year. Now you're going to have to rely, not completely, but heavily, on Warren Brinson and Nazir Stackhouse.
The babies.
And I just wonder...
The younger guys, they just got younger.
How does that translate facing a team that just rushed for 280 yards?
The thing about it is Ben Johnson with Kyle, I'm not going to try his last name, but him and Swift together, they've been doing what Gibbs and Montgomery was doing in Detroit. But I'll say this, the thing about the defense is, and I say this a lot, you have to manage the train and stop the plane. Caleb can't do all the running around. Your last 5 games, really, and make big plays. And if they're running the ball, say, over 150, 160 yards, kind of like the Giants. Remember, they were getting those 4 and 5, and you couldn't really stop them. You just managed it. That's not going to beat you. What's going to beat you is if they do that and they're getting touchdowns. So giving up yards is something the NFL's always done, but you can close those out. So they got to figure out a way to maybe understand that somebody has to emerge, because if not, that's why they want to spend all the money on the offensive line for games like this.
Yeah. And, so the Bears figured out, they had the right guys. They figured out against Philadelphia that they were going to spread them out and run all these wide zones to the left and right.
Yes.
And, throw a little bit of distraction, motion, handoffs kind of thing, counter stuff. And for Philadelphia, that turned out to be really a challenge. The Packers are a little bit different defense. They're more of a side-to-side defense than
that's a great point.
Their weakness is right straight up the middle,
north and
side
south.
to side.
East to west, they better.
Right, they've been outstanding.
Yes.
But that does make me think, Ben Johnson's a smart guy. So does he adjust his run game after rushing for 258 yards, or did he say, "Hey, we're gonna run what we ran and go ahead and stop us"?
Ben Johnson is one of those guys who wants to be the smartest guy in the room. And what happens is he gets away from coaching and gets into ego. And that can hurt your team. Mm-hmm. You're like, wait a minute, we're getting 5 yards a pop. Why are we throwing the ball 39 times? Let's just keep running it. Let's cut the game down, win by defense, special teams, and running the ball. But sometimes it happens. Now, what would teach him something, because he had evidence now from these last games, they could have lost 4 games in the fourth quarter, but they won them.
Yep.
So that would teach, okay, I got to pivot and evolve a little bit. My team is starting to show me, after the first 2 losses, they're thinking, we can win any kind of way it is. We're building character. But again, sometimes coaches get stuck in their ways and they get out of the ordinary. Think it's about me and LaFleur, not the Bears and the Packers.
So where is that going to hurt him? I mean, in what way? You think he's going to come out
try to throw it
45 times?
But what's our strength? Michael Parsons,
yeah.
So yes, if you want to throw it 30 times, fine. If I play Green Bay from the rest of the year, my quarterback will throw the ball 14, 15 times.
Ish.
I will manage the game like you've never seen, and that's the only way you can win, if you feel like your team, if I'm in the fourth quarter and we was in up a score, we're going to win. That puts pressure on the other team. If it's a blowout either way, and they've come back from games, but they just have to figure out what's best for them. But I'll tell you what, we've seen 91 out there, 99, Stackhouse, and you're going to see the linebackers crowd the line of scrimmage, and you may get some guys back. But, Tom, if you cannot stop the run, there's going to be a long day. Put it all on Caleb to win it for him.
I think we're going to see a lot of Evan Williams flying down like he did against Detroit.
Yes.
McKinney will be in the box quite a bit. Who knows how they'll use their linebackers. They may go base in certain situations when they need to go nickel. I don't know, but I'm sure that their number one priority will be stopping the run.
Yes.
And then, then their secondary's got to hold up.
Well, almost the same game plan. Before we move to secondary, real quick, Tom, they almost do the same game plan they did against Detroit. Same thing. Run the same thing. And Jared Goff, they had him confused at times. Anytime Michael Parsons is in the middle, that confuses a lot of teams, Tom, for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But not having Wyatt, I don't know if I feel good about the double team blocks.
Wyatt ate up a lot of double team blocks. And if you decided to triple team him, then you had to worry about Wyatt. You had to worry about him on a single block. I also think that he cleaned up he was always in a position to clean up if Micah Parsons didn't get there.
Oh, that's a great point.
He had four and a half sacks, and that's pretty good for an interior defensive lineman, especially he gave them some bulk in the run game in the middle. He was doing what Kenny Clark, they asked him to do that, and he was
He's the hall
monitor.
When you're running down the hall, stop running.
Yeah.
When you're late, be there on time. And he does it with his play. And that really shows see, if you get Quay Walker back, that'll soften some of the blow.
Some of it, yeah.
Because he has had a Pro Bowl year to me. Matter of fact, I voted for him. I voted for 6 Packers. But if you can get him healthy, that'll really help. They can run that bare front. And we'll go out to the secondary. Mm-hmm. They got to hold up on the outside.
Yeah, they do. I mean, it's not like Chicago doesn't have good receivers.
Oh, they have receivers.
Roma Dunze and DJ Moore and Luther Burden, a rookie.
Or the tight
end. Yeah, and the veteran tight end, Cole Kmet. Yeah, so...
And they wanted him to get Ryan Poles. They wanted him to get Tyler Warren.
Yeah.
But he chose this kid. This kid's 6'6".
This kid's pretty good.
It's fast, big, strong, and they love tight ends. And that's what Kmet.
But this is where the offense comes in. They got to get out to a lead. If you have a lead and you have Micah Parsons, you're in really good shape.
Yes.
And that's what helped them in the Lions game. The Lions had to throw down in the red zone. They weren't going for a field goal. They needed a touchdown, and Micah Parsons made them pay for it. With that sack. So it'll be important for the offense to get out to a lead.
Well, I'll say this.
If they're going to win the game.
Yes. Before I do my prediction, Matt LaFleur going for it on 3rd down. He beat Campbell at his own game.
4th down. Yeah.
On 4th down. It's 3 for 3. Aggressive. So now you take the brakes out of the car. You almost can't put them back because you're going to confuse your team. Because yes, it's Chicago, but it's still a Detroit mindset calling these plays and running things. We need to take these games to say we're playing for the division this month, and no coach has been better than LaFleur. But they got to understand that Chicago Bears are coming to try to embarrass you. But the thing about Jordan Love and the head coach, I'm going to say it to us nauseum, December is their time.
Okay, well, we'll see if that's the case.
Yes.
Yes, we will. We'll see it twice in 3 weeks.
Yes.
Because then they play the Bears. That second game has been moved to prime time.
Yes.
At 7:25 on Saturday, December 20th. Okay.
So I'll tell you, the Packers, when they're number 1 on 3rd down, 3rd and long. So 3rd down, going for it. 4th, they've been a little aggressive. The goal when you're at home is to always be 28 points. You should win most of your games. So I'm thinking the Packers will win 28-17. I see they put Lucas back on practice squad, the kicker. Mm-hmm. So the kicking shouldn't be an issue. I don't want to hear about the win and all that because Chicago don't even come with excuses. They want you to make mistakes and they pick up the pieces. But I think the Packers are just too good a team right now.
Okay, there you have it. Yeah. All right. And you got a few people you want to thank before we head out?
Did you get your Totitos? Never mind. But I want to thank Totitos Chips because before games, when you're doing your tailgating at Lambeau Field or anywhere, you can pick them up at any Pick and Save Metro Market. Of course, when you're at Pick and Save Metro Market, ask them for my Elite Vodka. Matter of fact, anywhere they sell alcohol, say, why don't you sell Elite Vodka? The guy invented the Leap, and y'all don't sell his stuff. So, and my buddy, Charlie Barons, has a new special, just came out, and I know it's on YouTube, but if you go to charliebarons.com, you can find out all the show times. So we should support him. And if you're going to be in Milwaukee, please go to visitmilwaukee.org.
I rode with him on the plane to Detroit.
Did you?
I did.
Did you get his autograph?
No, I left him alone.
Oh, you only got my autograph.
I was very accounting. I decided I'm not going to bother him.
What are you doing in first class, though?
I wasn't sitting in first class. No, I didn't get called up first. Neither did he, for that matter. So, both of us are going coach.
Because he got to make it big first.
I guess.
That's why he did the special.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, join us for X's and O's. We're going to go over how the four-man rush can work both positively and negatively for you. So be sure you join us for that. And don't forget to join us for 5 questions after the Bears game.
You glitching or what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. See you next week.